Oh my God.
In today's video, you'll learn the basic fundamentals of hitting a chip shot, and just a quick disclaimer.
I do want to just say to everyone, this video is not just come watch a quick fix, like, oh, how do I hit a flop shot?
Yeah.
How do I hit a low shot? This is about taking all the information that you have.
For sure. There's so many variables, yeah.
We're going to dive into how to set up for your chipping, what causes inconsistencies in chipping, and how to adapt to different lies, and figure out what kind of shots you need to be able to hit around the greens. I'm joined today with Brandon Rave, an Australian PGA coach here at this beautiful Metropolitan Golf Club, and we're using the Shortgame facility down at the range, so huge shout out to the club for letting me come down and film this video. Without further ado, let's get straight into it.
Alright guys, so you guys seem to have really enjoyed the other 3 videos that I've done with Brandon, so I've decided to beg him to do another video with me today. So thank you so much, Brandon.
Thanks for having me, mate.
We're going to go through 3 different types.
Chip shots, and some misconceptions, and just we'll analyse your technique a little bit too, bud.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
Show me a mid-trad shot that lands on the front of the green.
Front of the green?
Yeah.
Just here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Let's just watch you hit a couple. Now, what's sort of going through your mind here, dude?
First thing here, so mid shot would be
almost, classic,
like
right?
Almost like my stock, I would say. So nothing too fancy. Weight forward, ball stance, ball position would be middle.
Okay, yeah, you can't argue with that thus far.
Yep, and then I'm just trying to come back to impact with the shaft, just like.
So the shaft, you're saying the shaft's going to be relatively neutral at impact?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah.
Let's just produce that thought and see what actually happens. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Sure.
So the question I'll ask is, did that visual match what you were after?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of. The contact wasn't great, but that is how I visioned it.
Okay. Cool. So I think it's a really good starting point for your viewers at home to actually have a plan prior to hitting a shot.
Yeah.
Not just let's try and hit the green. Let's try and hit the ball a certain way. Then your mindset gets a bit more refined and focused. And when you have a refined mindset before you hit a shot, your practice swings get a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
And the more specific you are, you can execute with a bit more assertion or confidence.
Yeah. Okay.
So let's try and hit that a little bit lower.
Yep. Sure.
How would you do it? In your own language, how would you hit that ball a little bit lower?
I would honestly do the exact same movement.
Okay.
Just the ball position. I'd just yeah, that would be the only variable that I'd
cool.
change. Yeah.
So ball more back in the stance.
Yep.
Your center of mass is now a bit more in front of the ball.
Yep.
So it's a bit easier to hit the ground a bit lower. My attack angle is a bit more down. Ball should launch a bit lower.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I love that. Quite a simple method.
That's what I was going to say.
It's really hard, but it's quite a simple methodology. I like that. I like how there's not too much fluctuation between high and low.
So
the cadence is quite similar.
Yep. And then weight slightly more forward, and then that felt like a knife, but I don't know. Yeah. It
definitely some auditory feedback that you can hear that bottom groove special.
Yeah.
That's the old. Like the club is quite high relative to the turf.
Okay.
So I'd say that's 9 out of 10. It's a couple grooves thin.
Yeah.
You definitely did what your objective was, which was hit down on the ball a bit more.
Yeah.
Your club just a relatively high relative to the ground and hit quite late.
Okay.
So we need to regulate where the club is relative to the ground.
Sure.
So if I give viewers at home now a bit of a visual what that would look like, let's say here's what we try to achieve then. A bit more turf interaction.
Yep.
Here's what just happened. It's not too dissimilar, is it?
No, yeah.
So quite often it's toys out of the cut. Oh my God, I've got the yips. It's like not that too dissimilar to your previous shot. From a feedback perspective, you can definitely hear no grass. Let's try and get a bit of grass interaction. I actually don't even know what I did there to be different.
Yeah.
Try and get that auditory feedback into another one.
Yeah, okay, right, okay.
Now there may be technical things we can see, but at this stage that looked quite good.
Yeah. So you want
that. You can hear it.
That thud.
Yeah. You get a blind person in there, they'll tell you that was some pretty good interaction with the grass.
All right, okay.
Go everybody. Well done.
Yep.
So did you change a great deal then from the previous repetition?
Not really. I just tried to replicate exactly what I did in my practice routine.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So it starts with having a very clean mindset. What are you trying to do here? Your practice rooms get quite specific.
Yep.
And then in that case, there was one technical theme of just trying to interact with the grass.
Yes.
And you made pretty good contact.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it can be quite simple at times, but it really wasn't that case. People are like, fuck, I knifed it. Did I do that?
Yeah.
I don't think so. We can see it, right? And then, now with TrackMan and stuff, we can actually start to see things like common misconceptions like, I knifed it. I had to have had that look. A lot of people would think that.
Yeah.
Okay.
To knife it.
Yeah. And maybe I'm presenting a lot of leading edge, very shallow angle of attack working up-ish, and I'm going to hit there, the ball goes, runs on the ground in someone's ankles. In that case, ball very back in the stance, center of mass here, it was this kind of a thin where I'm actually quite late.
Right,
Or
okay.
high relative to the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's important that you get really good feedback. In a perfect world, a TrackMan can show you attack angle and height of the arc. But in that case, it was very much a downward attack angle. You're just a fraction higher relative to the ground.
Yeah.
Hence why my feedback was, hey, let's try and do the same thing and just try and get some interaction with the grass.
Yeah.
And then you mint it.
Okay. So can I just ask you a question?
Please.
You know how we have, different degrees on our wedges?
Yep.
So 60, 58,
Yep.
56
Yep.
and so on. Do you think it's smarter as a player to have one stock chipping motion?
Yep.
And if you are trying to hit it high, obviously you use the same motion with a
Different
60
club?
degrees, 64 degrees, as opposed to trying to have 7 different shots with one
Yep.
club? Do you think
It's a really good question. I'm glad you asked it
Yeah.
because that's a very
like, why would I try and jab at 60 degrees when I can just do a pitching wedge or 52 degrees normal chip shot?
agree. Maybe it comes down to a mindset and a preference of the player. So in my opinion, and for me personally, I like to hit certain shots. It helps me get really involved in the lie, in the wind. Like I just get this sort of I get my senses go through the roof when I'm trying to hit a shot. So when I'm looking at this shot here, let's pretend I left all my clubs at home. I got 56 here, right?
Yep.
I'm seeing a sort of floatier one which lands on the edge of the green, coming out a bit slower. And I felt if I had my 60-degree wedge here, I can pull off that shot, but it gets a bit too one-dimensional, and that's the reason why I get a bit static.
Okay.
So I actually like people to hit shots, go up tempo, down tempo. That's a really good argument. You might just have one simple swing and just choose a golf club that resonates with that ball flight and ball speed and spin, etc. But having said that, you can still have, let's assume you had one golf club here.
Yeah.
And we can make one golf club into 20 different golf clubs with simple manipulations. So for example, let's say I'm here and let's say the ball's in the middle of my stance with a square club face. I would say a very stock look would be center of mass a bit more forward. So my belt buckle and my sternum just creeping forward a little bit collectively.
Yeah.
Square face, shaft a little forward. And the look that I'm going to have is one of, I would say, minimal wrist action. A to B.
The Jason Day.
A bit of a Jason Day style look.
Yeah.
I just think it's unnecessary to add so many more variables. Teaching, quite often I see a lot of people's left wrist, we say get into this look, we call this, going to sound smart here, radial deviation. When we see that look, the club head gets closer to the ground, and when the club gets closer to the ground, that's when we have all those interaction issues,
Right.
burying the club early.
Yeah.
That's not steep, it's I'm low to the ground.
Okay.
Conversely, if we had a wrist angle which represented this kind of look, more say ulnar deviation or thumbs to the ground, it will assist my handle to work more higher, and therefore this look will get me away from bearing it down.
Yeah.
Staying down is an absolute curse for chipping.
Yeah.
You got to work forward, and then you got to press up. You watch all the best chippers, Tiger, Sevi, etc. There's a forward movement and there's an upward movement.
Okay.
And that particular wrist set allows that.
So hitting fat shots with your chipping doesn't necessarily mean that you're getting
Steep? Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. In fact, measuring students on TrackMan, it's quite often their arc height is very low to the ground.
They're just simply getting too low.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And then the solution, an old wives' tale, if you will, is you flubbed it, stay down, stay down, stay down, don't move. And the static mindset actually compounds the error. If you just want to jump in front, and we'll hit a couple from the front on here, mate. So let's say I'll hit 2 shots. One's going to be relatively stocky with a 56.
Sure. Yeah.
So let's say ball middle, pressure forwards. I've got my handle pointing just on the left side of my sternum here. So relatively stock shot, isn't it? So as I'm taking my backswing, I've actually got a bit of pressure moving forward already. So to me, that's going to enhance, well, assist my low point to be forward, which is necessary. So I'm going to push forward, and the next movement, pushing off the ground, getting the handle up, will get me away from the ground. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's square face. Maybe go to that back flag, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So there's no sense of me staying down there, was I? Look at my left wrist, handle's definitely up, chest is quite pronounced and up.
That was quite magical.
That was quite good.
Yeah.
Um,
It just looked visibly stable.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Felt to me quite a lot of moving parts, which people are afraid of.
Okay.
But just practice it.
Yeah.
What if I did the exact same golf swing, perceivably, with a bit more, we say, static loft, which is the lofty present it set up. I'm just going to open up a little bit, same golf swing, same stance,
Yeah.
feet close, weight forward, so butt of the club still pointing at left nipple. Same golf swing with a bit more lofted setup, okay? Higher, floatier, stops a bit faster.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden I've got 2 shots, and I could do the same thing with the 60 if I wanted to. Okay, so what I like, and I think someone and a lot of your viewers could resonate with this, is when we say simplify the game. To me, that was pretty simple.
Yeah.
How I just did that. One had a different look, but I had a very similar look to it. You could have done either with a 52 or a 60 as well.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat.
I think what's amazing and surprising to me is that every time you actually went ahead to hit the shot,
Yeah.
you literally set up and 1 second you swing.
Yeah. I had a pretty
Yeah.
clear mindset with what I wanted with the shot.
Right, okay. Like usually, you know, for average golfers like
Yep.
us, so you know, we stand over and go.
You're selling yourself
like,
short there, pal.
Yeah, no, you know, you would have like 1,000 thoughts.
Of course.
You know, get ourselves comfortable. But yeah, like it was as if you
Yep.
just set up, you knew exactly what you were going to do, and then.
And I didn't really care about the outcome. So I'm not a qualified psychologist, I can promise you that. But I've had plenty of mental coaches and psychology style lessons, whereas what I had there was a pretty clear plan. I externalized it to everyone. I showed you how I was going to do it, and I hit it. What happens is people don't have a plan.
Yeah.
So this is quite often what I see on the lesson tee or the lesson green. We're hitting this shot here, and it's like, oh, what are you going to try and do here, Barry? It's like, oh, I'm just trying to not stuff up. And it's like, fucking hell, mate. Like, what is that? What message? Barry, right?
Yeah.
What does that message send to the brain? Don't stuff up. Don't stuff up. Or don't go long. So we go this way. What about you? What if you had a plan? So what if you shifted the mindset and training into, let's try and hit a few low ones. Let's try and land it in a few hula hoops.
Yeah.
And you start to pull off those shots in training, and you bring that attitude and that mindset to the golf course. Start seeing the golf course a little different. Start playing golf instead of fearful golf.
Yeah.
So when Barry, poor Barry, is over the ball thinking, don't stuff this up, you idiot, There we go, I was trying to keep my head down, I'm trying to do this, and I'm tense, and they just can't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Whereas what I did wasn't to the second, right? But it was like, hey, here's the shot I'm trying to hit. So my brain and I'm very visual with my learning or how I articulate a golf course. Here's what I'm trying to do. So I'm using my eyes a lot here, dude. When I'm doing my practice swing,
Yeah.
set up accordingly. Practice swing 1, yeah, that felt about right.
Yep.
Practice swing 2, yeah, that felt about right. Practice swing 3, oh my God, a ball appeared.
Yeah.
So it was like this automation line of logic and visual. What are you trying to do? Feel it a couple of times, quite specific.
Yeah.
And my third swing was just like, oh, there's a ball.
I used to do this thing, well, I don't know why I stopped doing it, is
Please.
having the landing spot
Yep.
and actually chip and like not worrying about where the pin is.
Yeah. Focus
But
on what you can
visualizing,
control.
okay, like if I land it here,
Yep.
it's gonna roll out to there.
Yeah, inevitably that will
but-
finish,
yeah.
take care of itself, correct.
So every time I chip, I used to just go, okay, forget about the pin. I want to land this ball here
X.
so that it can roll up to
Fantastic.
the green, right?
Yep.
I don't know why I stopped doing it, but I think
Yeah.
that's also a great way. It
And
helped
you
me
can
a lot.
train that. You can train that.
Yeah.
There's a 50 sign at your local range. Let's try and land this 10 meters short with a lower trajectory. Let's say you pull it off. Oh, you know what? It finished near the 50 sign.
Yeah.
So start to develop your mental skills in training to hit certain shots. Whether you go 60 degrees this way, I think it's important to see someone with a TrackMan if possible so they can actually see like your attack angles and low point heights and everything. It's important, but really you can start by just doing a low point drill. If I jump in and show someone a real stocky, right?
Yeah, sure.
Irrespective of the shot type, this is a classic one I was getting from Andrew Cooper, my short game coach will call it, where you're having a visual of this, up and down helps me get the appropriate sort of strike on the golf ball. So having that, in order to not hit that ball and hit this one, I had to have worked quite downward to make sure I got a good strike there.
Yeah.
Now viewers at home be like, oh, it's quite diggy. It's into the grain here, so it's always going to be a bit chompy. I could have told you that's pretty steep. We can tell by the ball flight.
Yeah.
But that's a really good one. Or like if I grab a strike wedge here, buddy.
What's this?
There's like a little toy. So let's say, we talk about, you said to me I seem pretty confident with my strikes.
Yeah.
competency competency first. If you're not competent with low point control, then it's like, well, of course you're going to be a little bit like apprehensive on the course. But let's say you had strike wedge here, one club head in front of him, and just got a sense of where the club's interacting. Hitting the ground, handle working up. To me, this is somewhat therapeutic, and I feel like I deserve to hit good shots on the course if I'm competent at that skill.
I think, personally, I think I'll be okay using this. I think this will be a great tool for me to practice with. I feel like for most viewers that watch this are going to get here. And then
jump in.
Yeah, I feel like what's going to happen. So they're going to go, okay, I have to try and avoid that. And
so
then they go.
Yeah, potentially.
Yeah.
But what you've done there, you've created some parameters, right? So the brain now goes, you know what? I've felt X, Y, Z in order to miss it. And the ball comes out like that.
Trial and error, I guess.
Correct. To me, that's like that swing, that perception created that ball flight. Then I would just rein it back. Okay, that's way in front of it. Ball comes out low, spinny, great for a back flag. Perhaps what does it feel like to maybe backtrack a little bit? So once you give a student some parameters, you know, two extremes or two polar opposites, you can start to logically figure out what's the appropriate flight you're trying to hit. Okay, so yeah, it's a great point you make, but the lack of trial and error training makes people, you don't know what you're doing, right? So that's a good starting point. And let's say you didn't have one of these, you put like a tea towel behind like this, you know, anything you can use from home. There's a tea towel like this, and just place your golf ball, a club head in front of it, and just get a sense of where the bottom is. Correct. Correct.
Obviously, like if I hit a shot like this, you know, okay, don't do it again.
Correct.
But then learn from it and go, okay, and then you go there.
And this is what the sites will say, right? What did that rep teach you? You just learnt that when I get a lot of mass forward and I go really, really chompy and down, the ball comes out this way. Fantastic. You just got a really good method for a divot. You've got a really good method for Bermuda grass in bloody Florida when it's grainy as and the flags at the back. You see what I mean? So use that information to it's just another shot to your arsenal. I got a really iffy lie. It happens a lot, maybe not at Metro, but it happens. And I would say priority one is make good contact. That might be low, but what if you did that shot with an open face lob wedge, okay? Super steep, but because I've got a lot of loft, hey, maybe it's not that hot anymore. So we've changed the mindset from, God, that's not right, to how can I work this out?
So how about we go for this middle one here, Brendan, but let's just say like anything, even maybe 3 meters after the green starts, everything is just hazard. So you have to land this kind of up there and then
stop it.
Slight release.
So I'm gonna go, I've got 56 here, right? For me, that answers it. I'm gonna answer that question with how's the lie. Probably the first thing I would sort of ascertain. Let's say that's a juicy lie. No wind today. Greens are very receptive at Metro, right?
I do want to just say to everyone, like this video is not just like a come watch a quick fix, like, oh, how do I hit a flop shot? How do I hit a low shot? How do I hit a mid chip shot? This is about, you know, taking all the information that you have.
For sure.
Because
there's so many variables,
especially when you're playing out on the golf course. You're not always going to have a perfect lie. So yeah, let's just say you've got a pretty decent lie here.
So we've ascertained very good lie. So my brain's going green light, can land this and stop it, okay? So I got 56 here, it's fine. Given the fact that we need height, I'm gonna go ball forward-ish in my stance. I'm still, on a personal level, I don't think we need to hit this too high. So I'm still gonna advocate for a little bit of face open, but with the same shaft angle. So you know that shot I hit earlier with a stocky? Same thing, but an open face. Practice swing one. So you see my left wrist there? Not too much of that stuff.
No.
Okay, let's try one. Okay, now, if I had a bit of a crappy lie, because that's life, right? Sitting down a little bit, it's like, yeah, probably can't land this on and stop it. Let's say I've got my 56 again. Ball back of the stance, shaft forward, toe inwards. I'm gonna try and land this 3 meters short. Bump it in the slope.
I've noticed that your follow through is very...
quite abrupt.
Yeah.
I feel the cadence of the swing, if it's short and efficient, less can go wrong. Now, I can be, if I had a bunker shot or a longer shot, of course, I can be more, I just think the shots we've seen so far haven't required me to send it so far in the air.
Okay.
So crappy lie, ball back of the stance because I'm going to go bumpy here. Toe in. It's like a little draw swing here because that helps me sort of de-loft the club.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 metres short of the green. Let's give it a go.
Exactly what you said.
Yeah. So I've come prepared. So, but the first thing you ascertain, and this can happen even before you get to the ball, if you can't see the lie, like you get a sense of, oh, it's downwind, it's into the wind. All of a sudden, because it's downwind, maybe it becomes tough to land on the green. Maybe I'm forced to go lower or that kind of thing. So you pick up on these environmental cues if your training landscape allows you to have that mindset.
Yeah.
Instead of just chipping, I'm just chipping to the 50 sign.
Yeah.
Try and hit some shots, learn some
Yeah.
stuff, right? So do you want to give it a go, bud?
Yep,
Try
yep,
a little
yep.
chompy one, right?
Yeah, okay.
Show me that nice one where it's like the normal shot landing it on the green. So assuming our lie is relatively good.
Okay. So I really like that movement that
Yep.
you do.
Yeah. So a little bit
early
like our
weight
full
forward.
swing,
Yeah.
in which we, before we even get to the top of the golf swing, we've started that recentering piece.
Yeah.
So as I'm going back, I've started that slight pressure shift or spike into the ground with the front part of my left shoe.
Yeah.
And getting that pressure spike into your left shoe, the ground force reaction helps me push up, which as we know now, the handle can now work up and gets me away from burying the thing before the ball.
Okay, yeah. I really like that.
So there's a good transition from full swing to short game in
Yeah.
that regard.
It also gets the low point, more forward.
Yeah, so that's you moving forward, get your low point forward, and the up gets you away from burying the club early. So you're just going to open the face a little bit. So we call this static loft. You're going to open him up a little bit. Yep.
Yep.
And provide the same movement. Yep. And up. Good.
Yep.
Do that one more time and stop for me.
Oh,
just
okay,
finish.
yeah.
Here we go. I think that extension there and that left wrist is unnecessary for this kind of a shot.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Because what that will insinuate, if you're going this way,
Yeah.
the club's staying quite low to the ground.
Yeah.
Versus open face, left wrist relatively flat, bit easy to get my handle working a little higher.
Oh. Like almost like that? Like you're almost like holding it
almost
up?
not holding it like a cover drive, but let's say just to here's fine,
Yeah, okay.
right? For this particular shot, right? We're set up with a shit ton of loft. We don't need any more of that.
Yeah, okay.
Unless we're maybe hitting a high floppy bunker shot
Yep,
kind of thing,
okay.
right? So
I'm excited to
yeah,
give this
face
a go.
open a little bit.
Yep.
Keep that left wrist relatively flat. Yeah, that's plenty, right?
Yep, okay. All right.
Nice. Watch that spin. Contact, right?
Yeah. Oh.
Great contact. So for shits and gigs, let's open the face a little bit more and do the exact
bit
same
more?
golf swing.
Okay, yep.
Could you use lobby here? Yeah, of course you could. But let's just say we're using 56 because I told you to. Face open, same golf swing.
Yep.
Left wrist relatively flat through the ball. Beautiful. Watch that spin.
Oh, that would spin so much. I know the green isn't, how...
They're receptive today.
Yeah, but
that came, you could hear it. That was
nippy.
That
was
was
very
the
nippy.
old unintentional low groove spinner, right?
I thought that by releasing the club, that, it catches more of that groove and then...
So if I can jump in here for the
Yeah.
viewers, let's say you're not wrong, but would we all agree that by doing this, there's a high chance we bottom out earlier?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So using the bounce is not necessarily a good function for hitting quality chip shots. Big misconception.
Okay.
Would you agree that using the bounce suggests that look? Look at the leading edge now
Yeah.
pronounced. I'm going to thin it. Would you suggest having a little bit of shaft lean would assist me to find less of the leading edge?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So hence why I prefer slightly open face, pretty good stock shot just to there. Now, if I needed to flop one, okay.
Yeah, like a really high floppy one.
Now
Yeah.
look, what I will say is we're at Metro, greens are extremely quick usually, right? So,
Yeah.
and those shots there, I didn't need any of that. I think people just go to flop straight away and it's like, Jesus, good luck.
Yeah.
If I need to flop one, I'll probably go lobby here. This is 56, right? But
Yeah.
face open, shaft, let's say a bit more neutral to offset the fact the face is pointing right.
Okay.
Setting up a little bit lower, Lindsay low hands here. And then we might go a little more this way. Now that's how we do it. I just think it's unnecessary
Yeah.
for certain shot types, right?
Like you never want to have to hit that shot, right?
I'd rather, I have to sometimes when I'm
Yeah.
in the crap all day long,
Yeah.
but what we just did there, if I go back to it, 56-degree wedge, not even my lobby, right?
Yeah.
Little bit of static loft that's set up. 1, 2, pretty simplistic motion. I just don't know how much higher you need to hit it than that.
Yeah, that's
And it seems repeatable. That's what's the key.
Yeah.
So simplicity in length of swing. 1, 2, 1, 2, square face, open face, different club. I think if we relate back to the strike wedge or the tea towel, that if you give me the strike wedge 100 times, I'm more likely to do it with here versus that look. So you start to learn things when you're doing drills, even subconsciously. But my preference as a coach is, you could argue that's quite high brain stuff, but it's like quite simple when you think of it. I didn't change much, and I had a similar motion most times.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm a little bit addicted to that feeling.
Yeah,
Brandon.
it's good.
So, yeah,
that
like,
one
yeah.
ripped.
Yeah,
so
can
we're obsessed with spin, right? And that one ripped. Height is not necessarily the answer. We want control and spin.
I think it's also the consistency of how those two shots actually came out.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we want, so you get that person who spends a long time with the ball, the lack of predictability creates a sense of the unknown, and the unknown means I'm frozen.
Yeah.
Whereas when I can master somewhat a simple technique, or there's a sense of predictability, I can execute with a bit more
Yeah, absolutely. And that's how I feel over this shot.
So I like you keep reverting your eyes back to the visual and the landing spot. Good. Bit more static loft at setup. Handle up through the ball. Oh my God. That's a razzing.
Like, you know, it's just going dead straight at where I'm aiming.
But what we saw 3 times in a row without a TrackMan, we saw consistent interaction with the grass, we saw consistent strikes out of the face, and we saw consistent ball flight and spin.
Okay.
With those elements, it's like, of course your confidence grows.
So one more time, and if I hit the exact same shot, I think it's safe to say that Brendan is a god, and you guys all have to make sure you check out Brendan's new YouTube channel.
That's it, yeah, new to the game.
New YouTube channel, so make sure you go and do that, please. If I do this, okay? If not, then,
sack him.
Yeah.
Good, stop there for me. Feedback, self-coach, guys. Visual, sound, feedback, okay?
Before it was like that,
correct. Unnecessarily extending, and as we said earlier, when we get that look, when we get into that look and extending through the ball, my hands get lower. Hands get lower.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Heel interaction, digging early, all the stuff we hate.
Oh, this is
not because it's steep. So the handle's working up. You might even have a cue that your shoulder might be popping up a fraction as well. Face open. Well done. What I love about that is that actually interacted with the ground a little bit early, didn't it?
Yep.
But because you regulated the height of your arc, you didn't bury the thing in the ground.
No, yeah.
Now hit the ground early with this look. Uh-oh.
That would have just got stuck in
Correct.
there.
So not only do we make the good pretty freaking good, we make the bad pretty freaking good.
Yeah.
So competency first equates to freedom on the golf course, but you got to have some structure.
So I've got a bit of challenge here. We got 2 balls here, Brendan.
Let's go.
Let's go one of us each.
Okay.
We both talk about what type of shot that you're going to hit.
Okay.
Predict it.
Yep.
And then execute.
Okay, no worries. I'm going to call it. Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's go. Jeez, I've been on a roll recently, but I'm just going to hang on to one so the ball's going to bounce a little bit right when it lands.
Okay.
Add a little element here. So, same methodology, but I'm just going to make my path work a little more left.
Yep.
And the ball's going to bounce to the right a little bit.
So it's a bit of a cut spin?
Yeah. So everything has backspin. It's going to have a bit more right tilt to this ball.
Yep, okay, I love it.
Sorry, coach answer.
I love it.
Same method. It's going to just dance to the right a little bit. Let's give it a go. Kind of held the slope, didn't it?
Oh, that was so good.
So when you qualify for the Masters, right, and the slope is going this way, here's the flag. The higher you go on the slope, the more slope it takes.
Yeah.
Whereas if I hit that sort of holdy one in the flatter part of the slope, it bounces into the slope and negates the...
Neutralizes it.
Correct.
Yep, okay.
So going up in these fast, metro very fast,
Jeez.
downwind, your best bet's actually to try and land the ball on the flat and hold it with sort of a holdy, drawy, cutty one.
So wait, so it's actually going that way?
Yeah, so that's the green's going hard right to left, and you saw mine bounce pretty straight to hold the slope.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
So to get this close to the flag, I'd have to aim quite right.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually try and do the exact same.
Yep.
Okay, after
same
everything
methodology
I've learned
with
today,
the handle.
Yeah.
Better hold on to it. The ball's going to just tilt to the right. So everything has backspin. That's just going to tilt to the right.
Yeah. Do I have to open the club face?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we need loft here. Need a bit of static loft. Handle
Okay.
up, better hang on to it, bud.
Yep, okay.
Watch that. That should bounce straight.
But that's the movement, wasn't it?
Correct.
That was
Correct.
a little...
Absolutely. So your focus went from there, hit a high shot, to
Yeah.
it's a cutty one, it's going to hold into the set. That's very technical, but it's like, why not have some fun with it?
Mm.
For all the Melbourne viewers here, and you grow up with an AFL ball, a Sharon in your hands, no one tells you how to kick it,
Yeah.
right? A soccer ball. You start, oh geez, when it spins that, like,
And then you try it
people
different ways,
lose,
yeah.
where
As
there's
long as you get the basic fundamentals,
Correct.
then you can try
low
and experiment.
points, handle heights, dynamic movement.
Yeah.
Once you get the foundations, don't be afraid to muck around with your hands, learn what happens.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Need
Thank
to
you
work,
so much,
but-
Brendan.
Pleasure,
Thank you,
mate.
man.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
How good.
Yeah, as he's proven time and time, video over video, he's a great professional golf coach here at Metro. Make sure you guys check out his links. He's just started his new YouTube channel.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Brandon Ravi Golf.
Yeah, I'll
Classic.
link that in the description. But he, yeah, if you guys want a lesson from Brendan, I'll link that in the description below. Yeah, he's got his accounts on Sneed, so make sure you hit him up because yeah, it's gonna change your life. And thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe, and I would appreciate any comments. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you, Brendan.
That was mint. How good was that?
Yeah.
That was actually mint.
Yeah, that was nice.